Hi, everybody. My name is Miss Leone, and Miss Scinto asked me if I would be your guest reader for this week, and I am super excited, I have to tell you. So, I have known Miss Scinto since we were probably 7 years old, so I won't do the math for you because Miss Scinto would not be happy, but that's a very long time. And we've been very good friends. This whole time. So, a little bit about me. I am a science teacher at Oswego High School. If some of you know Mr. Nelson, I have taught both of Mr. Nelson's sons. So, it's like a little cool fact about me. I teach chemistry. And I've taught biology and I've taught environmental science. And next year I'll teach meteorology. So I'm super excited. But today I get to teach you about my favorite young adult book. And that book is The Westing Game by Ellen Raskin. And this is probably the book that got me into reading and got me into liking crime books and thriller books. Um, it's a really good book, and I don't want to give you any spoilers. So, what I'm actually going to do is I'm just going to read the first chapter for you. So, a couple things about the Westing Game and about me reading is I read every single day. Sometimes like more than once, meaning I'll read during the day, but my favorite time to read is at night before I go to bed. And if I really like a book, I can generally finish it in like 2 days. Um, and that's me nonstop reading. I will stay up all night and read. That's how much I like it. So that's why I was super excited that Miss Scinto asked me to read for you guys today. So again, it's called The Westing Game. I do a lot of my reading on my e-reader, my Kindle. I just got this one for my birthday. I had an old one. I like it because I can read it in bed, and if I fall asleep, I won't lose my place. That's mostly why I like using an e-reader. But I'm going to try to show you as I'm reading parts of the book because, as you can see, there's like little flyers and stuff. So let's get started on chapter 1 of The Westing Game by Ellen Raskin. So chapter 1, Sunset Towers. The sun sets in the west. Just about everyone knows that. But Sunset Towers faced east. Strange. Sunset Towers faced east, and it had no towers. This glittery, glassy apartment house stood alone on the Lake Michigan shore, 5 stories high. 5 empty stories high. Then one day, it happened to be the 4th of July, a most uncommon looking delivery boy rode around town slipping letters under the doors of the chosen tenants to be. The letters were signed Barney Northrop. The delivery boy was 62 years old, and there was no such person as Barney Northrop. So here's the flyers. It says, Dear Lucky One, here it is, the apartment you've always dreamed of, at a rent you can afford, in the newest, most luxurious building on Lake Michigan, Sunset Towers. Picture windows in every room, uniformed doorman, maid service, central air conditioning, high-speed elevator, exclusive neighborhood near excellent schools, etc., etc. You have to see it to believe it, but these unbelievably elegant apartments will be shown by appointment only. So hurry, there are only a few left. Call me now at 276-7474 for this once-in-a-lifetime offer. Your servant, Barney Northrop. P.S. I am also renting ideal space for a doctor's office in the lobby, coffee shop with entrance from the parking lot, and a high-class restaurant on the entire top floor. 6 letters were delivered. Just 6. 6 appointments were made, and one by one, family by family, talk, Barney Northrop led the tours around and about Sunset Towers. Take a look at that glass. One-way glass, Barney Northrop said. You can see out. Nobody can see in. Looking up, the Wexlers, the first appointment of the day, were blinded by the blast of morning sun that flashed off the face of the building. See those chandeliers? Crystal, Barney Northrop said, slicking his black mustache and straightening his hand-painted tie in the lobby's mirrored wall. How about this carpeting? 3 inches thick. Gorgeous, Mrs. Wexler replied, clutching her husband's arm as her high heels wobbled in the deep plush pile. She, too, managed an approving glance in the mirror before the elevator door opened. You're really in luck, Barney Northrop said. There's only one apartment left, but you'll love it. It was meant for you. He flung open the door to 3D. Now, is this breathtaking or is this breathtaking? Mrs. Wexler gasped. It was breathtaking, all right. 2 walls of the living room were floor-to-ceiling glass. Following Barney Northrop's lead, she oohed and ahed her joyous way through the entire apartment. Her trailing husband was less enthusiastic. What's this? A bedroom or a closet? Jake Wexler asked, peering into the last room. It's a bedroom, of course, his wife replied. It looks like a closet. Oh, Jake, this apartment is perfect for us, just perfect, Grace Wexler argued in a whining coo. The third bedroom was a trifle small, but it would do just fine for Turtle. And think what it means having your office in the lobby, Jake. No more driving to and from work. No more mowing the lawn or shoveling snow. Let me remind you, Barney Northrop said, the rent here is cheaper than your old house costs in upkeep. How would he know that? Jake wondered. Grace stood before the front window, where beyond the road, beyond the trees, Lake Michigan lay calm and glistening. A lake view. Just wait until those so-called friends of hers with their classy houses see this place. The furniture would have to be reupholstered. No, she'd buy new furniture. Beige velvet. And she'd have stationery made, blue with a deckled edge, her name and fancy address in swirling type across the top. Grace Wexler, Sunset Towers on the lake shore. Not every tenant-to-be was as overjoyed as Grace Windsor Wexler. Arriving in the late afternoon, Seidel Pulaski looked up and saw only the dim, warped reflection of treetops and drifting clouds in the glass face of Sunset Towers. You're really in luck, Barney Northrop said for the sixth and last time. There's only one apartment left, but you'll love it. It was meant for you. He flung open the door to a one-bedroom apartment in the rear. Now, is this breathtaking or is this breathtaking? Not especially, Seidel Pulaski replied as she blinked into the rays of summer sun setting behind the parking lot. She had waited all these years for a place of her own, and here it was, in an elegant building where rich people lived. But she wanted a lake view. The front apartments are taken, Barney Northrop said. Besides, the rent's too steep for a secretary's salary. Believe me, you'll get the same luxuries here at a third of the price. At least the view from the side window was pleasant. Are you sure nobody can see in? Seidel Pulaski asked. Absolutely, Barney Northrop said, following her suspicious stare into the mansion on the north cliff. That's just the Westinghouse up there. It hasn't been lived in for 15 years. Well, I'll have to think it over. I have 20 people begging for this apartment, Barney Northrop said, lying through his buck teeth. Take it or leave it. I'll take it. Whoever, whatever he was, Barney Northrop was a good salesman. And one day, he had rented all of Sunset Towers to the people whose names were already printed on the mailboxes in an alcove off the lobby. So there's the printing. It says office, Dr. Wexler. Lobby, Theodorakis Coffee Shop. 2C, F. Baumbach. 2D, Theodorakis. 3C, S. Pulaski. 3D, Wexler. 4C, Who. 4D, J.J. Ford. And floor 5, Shin Who's Restaurant. Who were these people, these specially selected tenants? They were mothers and fathers and children, a dressmaker, a secretary, an inventor, a doctor, a judge, and oh yes, one was a bookie, one was a burglar, one was a bomber, and one was a mistake. Barney Northrop had rented one of the apartments to the wrong person. So that's the end of chapter 1, and I do have to tell you, this book is so good that I'm really hoping that after you watch this video of me reading chapter 1, that you go and you either get this book from the library or you go buy it. It is seriously one of my favorite books, and when Miss Scinto said that you guys don't read it anymore in middle school, I was really sad, and so I couldn't wait to read this one to you. I also do want to tell you that I'm going to be doing a second reading in another video on another book I really like called The Book Thief. So I hope maybe you watch that one too, and between these two books, you find one that you like. Thank you for letting me be your guest reader, and have a wonderful summer. Bye!